Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. And Nick, who is ready to take off again on another trip.
Yep.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Jamaica for I think a fourth cousin twice removed's wedding or something that I got invited to. But they said, since it wasn't stateside and they said, overseas, like, no, basically out of the country, I'm like, and then it was in Jamaica in December. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
definitely.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like you said you're only going for 4 days, right?
I think it's, yeah, yeah. It's like, it's like Wednesday to Sunday.
Is like the whole 4 days going to be the wedding, or are you going to be able to run around at all?
I think it is because from what I've heard is that, like, oh, we get there Wednesday and there's like a reception dinner, which I had to like buy clothes for. Then there are like varying other ceremonial, like, family things that I have no idea what they mean. I'm just gonna be there drinking and eating and like trying not to probably beat the crap out of my uncle or something.
Oh God.
Um, yeah, so that'll happen. And you know, try not to get too drunk and like throw up during a ceremony that means something to somebody. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
Um, so there's that. Yeah, most of my family's coming down. I think a couple of them aren't, which I feel bad about because my brother and his wife aren't coming, which they would be fun. They would be fun as hell at this wedding if they could come
Hmm.
down. My other cousin, his wife aren't coming. Um, which, once again, it's a bummer. I wish they were there too. They're a lot of fun. But no, it's me, mom, my aunt, my uncle, my other cousins, and like some other people as well, like, are coming. So. But I did request my own room, and
Nice. Yeah.
everybody got really offended about that. They're like, "Why? Why do you not want to share with us?" I'm like, "I don't. There's a reason I'm 4 hours away from you people. There's a reason for this."
You don't all need to be in a room. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I was just like, "Yeah, we don't all need to be in a room. Yeah, it's fine. Because, like, maybe I want to go out and then they'll be sleeping, and then I don't want to disturb them. It becomes a whole thing. So, like, I just don't care. So
Love it.
yeah, but that's what's happening. Yeah, like right after Thanksgiving, I've been like ordering clothes and trying things on and getting ready, and I have three Indian outfits that fit
Yep.
that I have to get, that I have to get shoes for, but everything else is fine.
Nice.
So it's been an ordeal. Oh my God.
Very expensive too. Because Indian
Yeah.
weddings, you guys go all out.
Yeah, I know one of my friends, or maybe it was a cousin or whatever, I don't know, but one guy I know had his wedding on a cruise ship.
I guess that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, and it was just like, and it was like, I think it was like a 7 day cruise type of cruise ship. Like, it was one of those. So
Wow.
I don't know how much it cost him to do it. I don't care. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I wasn't invited, so it didn't matter. But yeah, my cousin went, and I was just like, that's a lot, man. That's money. Well, I mean, there's the what was it? There was the Indian billionaire's son who had his wedding, like, I think in the middle of summer or something. And it was like 11 days of just like drinking and dancing and stuff like that. I think John Cena was there as well. Like, there were celebrities, and
Oh, wow.
there was actually there was actually a line to meet, the son and his wife, because, I guess he's kind of famous because he's rich or whatever. Not a very good looking dude though.
Didn't matter he was rich.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, because, like, he looks like it. He looks like a guy who would. He, he looks like a guy who would work at a, like, GameStop. He looks like that kind of guy. But, that's not really him. That's not really who he is. And, he's like he's son of a billionaire, so whatever. But yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah, it's funny because it's like whenever growing up, and, we'd go to like constant weddings, Indian weddings all the time. It was always funny hearing people complain about weddings. I'm like, normal weddings are like 3, maybe 4 hours. Like, I can still go to the grocery store and get milk if I need to.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, Indian weddings are like 3 days. It's a lot. It's a lot.
God,
Yeah.
I thought Catholic weddings were bad. I've been to a few of those, and it's like that's fucking
My fr
horrible.
my yeah my friend had a Catholic wedding, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be real long." I'm like, okay. I think it was like an hour and a half extra, more so than normal, and I was like, "This is really not bad."
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh. Well, good. Yeah, we haven't talked in like a fucking month. Because one, I hate holidays and I just
Oh
didn't
yeah.
feel like it because
No,
nobody
I
writes us and barely anybody listens to us. So I'm like, fuck it, I don't feel like it.
yeah, yeah. Once again, we're on the same page with the holidays. Holidays blow. They
Yeah,
blow.
yeah.
Yeah, once we're on that downslide to Thanksgiving, I'm just like, oh God.
I know.
And then it becomes a countdown to Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And then this year I thought I would get by because I think I told you this last time where I was like, okay, so I won't have to do anything for the holidays. And then my son's girlfriend's like, can we spend the holidays with you? Fuck. I said, I got a lot of cats. You do realize like anything you eat here will have cat hair in it, right? That's fine. Like, and then there's Zachary. I'm texting him. I was like, why does your girlfriend not realize we're not a very like close family? He goes, I think it's cute. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh my God.
we'll be having Sunday dinners and shit like that. Oh, God.
Well, she's trying to be a good proper girlfriend. I'll give her points for that. Maybe they should have invited you to their place instead. That would have been I feel like
Oh,
that
my
would have been
God.
I feel like that would have been a little bit better. Like, yeah, we'll come do Thanksgiving at our place, but you need to come by and participate. Like, bring a pie or something.
Yeah, but their place is really tiny. They don't even have a couch. And
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, because they don't plan on staying there long past their lease. They're going to move out as soon as it's up. So they don't even have a couch. And what furniture they have, like kitchen table, and I gave them all my furniture, a bunch of furniture. So pretty much they got a bed to sit on. Um, and then Conrad, we invite Conrad. Listen to me, if we invite, no, we will invite Conrad. Oh God. But yeah, so I gotta buy a kitchen table. I don't have a kitchen table. And now I got all these cats. I always had a bunch of cats. But no, what I was gonna tell you, because my birthday um was a few weeks ago.
Hmm.
It was the week before Thanksgiving. And it was so funny because everybody's so used to my birthday being like right at Thanksgiving, either like the day before it or the day after it. I first got a text from Conrad's dad saying, your birthday messed me up this year. I almost took the turkey out of the freezer early because he knew it was going to be my birthday. I don't know why he remembers it 20 years later, but he knew it was going to be my birthday. And yeah, he almost took the turkey out. And it's like, nope, not till next week. And then this was hilarious. So I was sitting here at this desk in a work meeting. I was actually talking. It was just me and one other guy, a
Yeah.
guy that does really all the work that on this job. So I'm sitting there and he's talking, and Conrad stopped by for something. And he comes up, and I see him, come up. His bedroom is at the end, and I said, "Hey," he goes, "Oh, do you know Simon was outside?" I said, "Oh, I forgot he was outside." He's like, "Yeah, I brought him in." I'm like, "Okay." And then he goes to walk away, and I said, "Hey, you got anything to say to me?" And he looks at me, he goes, "What?" I said, "You don't have anything to say to me?" He goes, "It's not your birthday, is it?" I said, "Yes, it's
Oh
my
my.
birthday."
Oh
I
my
said, "Yes,
God.
it's my birthday." And he goes, "No, it's not." And I said, "Yeah, it is. It's today." And the guy that I'm on the phone with is like, "Oh, happy birthday." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." But anyways, he goes, "Did Zachary say anything to you?" And I said, "No, he probably forgot too." And he goes, "Yes, I'm still the favorite." And the next thing you know, I hear him on the phone. And then I get a text from Zachary. "Hey mom, happy birthday. Shelby and I would like to take you to dinner. Are you free tomorrow?" I'm like, and then Conrad comes in and he goes, "Do you want to go to dinner?" And I'm like, Oh, I said, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I said, Zachary said something about doing something tomorrow. I said, it's fine. I'm working. And I had actually told Kathy I was going to be free for dinner at like 5:30 because she asked me to dinner. And I'm like, oh, I'll be free. And he just kept hanging around, like hanging around. And I'm like, fuck, I think he really wants to take me to dinner. So then I had to go to dinner with my youngest. I'm like, yeah, that's real sweet. I mean, it was good and it was very sweet, very sweet. It was very loving that my kid wanted to do that.
Yeah,
It
of
just,
course.
I had other plans. No, it was funny though, because normally he wouldn't. Normally he wouldn't, and he paid for dinner and everything. It's just amazing how much these boys are growing. But yeah, it was actually a really good dinner.
Well,
And
that's
then
good. That's good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
glad.
smell something over there? The cat pee on the wall? I'm so pissed.
Well, at least your kids, at least your kids took you out. They
Yeah.
asked, they did what they're supposed to. That's good.
Yeah, and what I figure it was is the next day, because it was Conrad's weekend off. So I figured he probably had plans when Zachary was coming on Saturday. So Conrad thought it was better to take me out that day.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so and since neither one of them bought me anything, which I keep telling them they don't have to buy me shit, because for one, I if I want something, I can buy it myself. You don't have to spend your money on
Yeah,
shit.
but it's one of those things like, once again, like I think both of them have girlfriends, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They know better. They know better because every time a woman says, "No, I don't want anything," that's entirely bullshit. That's 100% bullshit. And you have to get them something, or else they will remember it until the day they die. Be like, "Oh, my our wedding anniversary or my 40th birthday. You never got me anything. You forgot." And like you have to deal with that forever. So like I sympathize.
I am very particular. Yeah, and that's why they both wanted to take me to dinner, I'm sure, is because neither one of them was prepared.
Well,
Neither
that
one of them
that's
bought me anything.
well
So it was
that
like,
that and I'm sure they were forced by their girlfriend to be like, "Take your mom out, do something nice." You
yeah, because
know.
actually, when I was at dinner with Conrad, I said, "Oh, I figured you." Yeah, I said, "Oh, thank you for this." I said, "Because I figured you had plans." He goes, "I do have plans, but my friends are back waiting for me to log in to play." He's like, Jackson said, "Happy birthday, by the way."
See, their girlfriends force them to do it, which I mean is not bad. At least like, you know,
Yeah,
they're making
but
sure that they do the right thing. They do the right thing. That's what they're making sure about.
yeah, yeah, they do. They do. I don't know Conrad's girlfriend very well. She's very quiet, but Zachary's girlfriend, God, she reminds me of me so fucking much. Like, no joke. When I first met her, I told Conrad, I said, Conrad, don't ever say anything to your brother. But you know how they say that men often end up with women that are just like their mothers? I'm like, she is just like me, personality wise. Like, she is just, I was like, I really get along with her. Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's true. And like, oh, my mom went through that whenever my brother got married. It was such a weird conversation we had. I was so uncomfortable when she had that. It was so fucking strange. Because like, the girl, like, what, once again, the girl my brother married is extremely sweet and I love her to death.
Yeah.
But she's kind of a big girl. I'm trying to be very nice about this. So, and mom's like, and mom made a comment about it, and I was just like, yeah, so, and she's like, oh, maybe if I was skinnier, he would have married somebody skinnier or whatever. I'm just like, that's a weird thing, mom. What? And I told her to her face, I was like, that's fucking weird. Shut up. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Just
Oh,
go,
God.
go re up on your fucking medication, okay?
Oh God, that's so funny.
Yeah, I was just like, man, it's like I worry about you when you're by yourself. I
Oh
swear.
God. Is she still dating somebody or no?
She's still I don't think she's dating that guy, but he's constantly like calling and texting her. Like there's a constant line of communication for sure.
So he probably wants to, she doesn't. Or
No, she's softening to it. I can see it. It's happening.
okay.
It's very much happening. Like she's like
He's
there's
wearing her down.
yeah, he's wearing her down. Like there's enough like there's enough contact. There's enough like constant contact to be like, yeah, he's wearing her down.
Oh, that's so
Because
funny.
she made a comment about like helping him out with something, and I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And she's like, but he's mine. And I was like, nope. Nope. We talked about this when you told me about him. We talked about this
Uh-huh.
already.
Uh-huh.
And I had to be very logical with her and be like, I know you want to help this person,
Yeah.
you know, but you can't. Like that's just not how this works. It's not a good idea. You can help them out by other means, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, don't do too much because if you're not involved, then it's not worth it, and it's a whole thing. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Been there, done that.
So it was just one of those things where I was just like, just be cautious, be
Yep.
cautious.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah. But you wanted me to remind you about your airplane experience.
Oh, good God. I have never had to sleep in an airport before. Never. So I'll start with that and then I'll talk about the flight back. So flying to New York, that was just kind of a fucked up trip the entire way. So I decided I was going to be there for 2 full days, not like the fly in and be there part of the day and fly back. So I was going to fly in Sunday night. Um, I took the last flight out of Fort Wayne. So it was like around 5:30 or something like that. And then switch in Chicago and then, head to New York on Sunday. And I would be there all day to Monday, all day Tuesday, um, and then fly home Tuesday night, take the last flight out. Like, okay, that's pretty decent. So we got on the plane in Fort Wayne. And as we're sitting there, now keep in mind, it's only like 28 minutes we're actually in the air.
Jeez.
They book an hour for the flight, but that's because you're on the tarmac. So we're sitting there. And the flight from Chicago then to New York was I had like an hour and 40 like a 2 hour layover, I think is what it was. I had like a 2 hour layover. So sitting there on the plane and the pilot comes on and he goes, well, we have because of the weather in Chicago, we can't take off yet. This was like at 5:40, I think. We can't take off yet. He said that the plane is a very tiny plane. It's a very small plane. And he said the clouds are low enough that they can't get above the clouds because of the size of the plane. It's not made to go as high as it needed to go above the clouds.
Hmm.
And they can't fly below the clouds because they would be too close to the ground. And he said, we have to wait for the next weather report. And he said, the weather reports come at the top of the hour. Okay, fine. I know it only takes 30 minutes once we're in the air. And it's like 5:40. Okay, fine. Top of the hour comes. They come on. Well, there's still too much rain and too much clouds. Okay. They're like, if people, and this is when I should have known it was going to be bad. If people want to get off the plane, you are welcome to. You're welcome to get off and rebook your flight. But see, this was the last flight out of Fort Wayne.
Oh my
So if
God.
I got off, I wouldn't have been able to fly until the next morning. So I'm like, nah, I'll just stay on the plane. At least when I get to Chicago, I'll have options, right?
Hmm.
So I stayed on the plane. Top of the hour comes again. This whole time we're sitting on the plane. Top of the hour comes again. So now we've been on this plane about an hour and 20 minutes. Well, there's still too much weather. Too much weather. Okay.
Jeez.
We're gonna wait for the top of the hour again. We're still sitting there, right? Top of the hour again, close to it. Okay, fine, we can fly. We get in the air, we fly, we land. My flight, my connecting flight was boarding in like 20 minutes when
Jeez.
we touched down in Chicago. It took 40 minutes for me to get off that plane
Oh my God.
because they're like, and they actually held the plane because the flight that I was supposed to be on was supposed to take off at like 8 o'clock, some shit like that. And they did not leave until 8:15. And I tried my damnedest to get there, but I was like, okay. So I called United and I said, hey, missed my flight, need to know, what I'm going to do. And they said, oh, well, it looks like you've already been rebooked. There's a flight boarding in like 15 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to Newark, New Jersey. And I'm like, but I'm flying into LaGuardia because I'm going to Long Island.
Yeah.
Well, you can just get a rental car. Bitch, I'm not going to leave New Jersey at midnight by the time I actually would be getting off the plane, getting a rental car, and fucking driving all the way to Long Island in the dark when I'm tired.
Yeah.
I was going to Long Island. Well,
Exactly.
that's not going to work for you. No, bitch, it's not going to work for me. And then she's like,
No.
okay, well, I could put you on a flight tomorrow at 11. 11. I said, no, you got flights at 6 a.m. Oh, well, it's not coming up for me, so it must be full. I said, quite sure it's not because it came up on my phone. Oh, no, well, it's not coming up for me. Okay. I said, so what you're
Jeez.
telling me is next time I should fly American. That's what I'm hearing because I had a choice. And she's like, oh, well, it looks like I am able to get you on the flight for
Oh, that's
6
that's
a.m.
shitty. That's shitty. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I am able to get you on the flight. I said, okay, fine. I said, what about a hotel? I said, it's only like, 8:30 or some 9 o'clock, so it's decent time. I said, and my flight, is at 6 a.m. We'll board around 5 a.m. But I'm like, is there a hotel? Can I get a hotel voucher? Well, no, the the misconnection was because of the weather. That's not our fault. That's what she said. That's not our fault. Oh, okay. I said, well, I guess, all right. And then she was like, a meal voucher. And I was like, bitch, it's like 9 o'clock, ain't nothing open, right? So I said, I don't need a meal voucher. And then I thought, no, I want as much money from them as I can get.
Yeah,
Because I get,
exactly.
my food is paid for anyways. So I'm like, but I still got the meal voucher because
Yeah,
I was being greedy. But yeah. Yeah, so I slept in a chair
that's terrible.
as well as I could. Um, it was horrible. And some guy, like it's kind of creepy in the middle of the night because being Chicago, I thought it would constantly be busy, but it's not. Like their last flights, at least in that area, maybe over in the international terminal, it was probably still busy. But where I was, shit, like their last flight flew out at like 10 o'clock at night and it was dead. Like dead, me and just a couple other random people, and all the restaurants and businesses closed. And then probably about 3 a.m., they started bringing pallets of stuff and dropping them off outside the businesses to restock and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I wandered around for a while. Some guy was like, that worked there. He's like, are you looking for a place to eat? And I was like, no. He goes, well, I saw you over there. I'm like, yeah, I'm just wandering around.
Trying to fall asleep here in this fucking
Yeah,
airport.
I tried to sleep, but I was trying to sleep enough, but I got like my hand in my luggage because I don't want it stolen. Oh my God. And then probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I went into the bathroom. That cleaning lady, oh, she's probably seen it before, but I had like everything spread out on the baby changing table, like all my makeup and my hair stuff. And I'm like trying to spray body spray because I can't shower. And I'm like horse bath trying to wash my armpits and stuff. And she comes in there. I'm like, well, hi, morning.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah. No, no. I no. Yeah. I'm sure those cleaning ladies have seen some
Oh
shit,
God. I
especially
am
some
sure they
actual
have.
actual shit. Um, yeah. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they got stories. You know.
Oh God, I could just imagine because there were other people there, and it's funny because you see shows like that where people miss their flights. And I kept telling myself I should have just fucking stayed home, I guess. But and I don't know why I didn't, because I could have flown out the next morning. Um, but I drove straight from the airport to work and then worked, pretty much half a day that day and then the next day until I had to leave. And yeah, so God, that sucked. But on the way back, so this was interesting. I live in a very small town, right? And our airport is a very tiny airport. We're rural America.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's always the first state that always comes in for the election, and it's always red, right? So that tells you what kind of state we're in. Get off the plane at the little airport, coming back. And I'm just kind of walking, do. And I was gonna hit the bathroom and I hear behind me, somebody walking and I hear their heels, click, 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 click. And I could tell, somebody wearing heels. And I look over and I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. I was telling Kathy, from the waist up, we're talking a good looking guy. Salt and pepper, short hair,
Okay.
sunglasses, full beard and mustache, salt and pepper,
Mm-hmm.
long sleeve, white shirt, button down shirt,
Okay.
a black backpack, just like, uh, uh, not a fancy backpack, just like a backpack that you would expect somebody to use when they're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
From the waist down, little tiny black shorty shorts, fishnet stockings, and black high-heeled patent leather shoes. And not chunky shoes either. They were stilettos.
What the fuck?
I was like,
What
waist
the,
up. I would have been like, God, this is a good looking guy.
what the
Waist
fuck?
down, I was like, huh, wonder which bathroom they'll use.
Yeah, like
And
what the actual fuck, man? Like that's I mean, like once again, do you, but like that's really like confusing to see at an airport. I'm sure like that early or whatever. I'm just like, man, that's come
well,
on.
and then for the lack of not knowing gender preferences, they went into the men's bathroom. So I went in mine and we just happened to walk out at the same time. So I'm walking with this person and I'm trying not to look, but I'm like looking. So I'm trying to like, hey, how are you? Oh, they got all kinds of construction here, trying to not make it awkward, but I was probably making it more awkward than it needed to be because we're walking both like at the same time. And I'm like, God, I can't get ahead of them. I can't get behind them. I'm trying to like, well, in Fort Wayne, when you are exiting past security, one of their things they're known for, they always have cookies out, right? So I'm like, oh, you can get a cookie if you've never been here before. They got free cookies. They're pretty good. And then, I'm like, oh, well, if you need to pick up your luggage, it's down there. We got just the one thing. And I'm like, God, Erica, shut the fuck up. They don't even care. But I was so fascinated with, like I said, waist up male,
But
waist
well, I mean,
down
was when you heard, did they talk to you and could you tell then like, which side they were on, I guess? I don't know.
male.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, if I wouldn't have looked down, I would didn't hear the click, 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 click. I wouldn't have been. But yeah. And all I could, and then I kept thinking this. I'm like, damn, it's so cold out. It's like chilly outside. And
You live in Indiana. Like it's like 20 degrees colder than it is for me or for me down here. I know it is for sure.
geez. And I told Kathy, I said, I hope they had a ride because there was no taxi that was going to pick them up. I mean,
They probably did, like what the heck was it? They probably did Uber or Lyft or something where they can just kind of like, they have to take that so they can just, get a decent ride and nobody's gonna ask them questions or anything. So
yeah, but I was just like, that is rocket, man. Because I'm like, I want to say that's brave, but it's not really brave if that's who they are and how they feel. But to get off a plane in a place like this, looking like that took some balls. They may not have had any, but that took
God
some
damn.
balls, man. That was like, so
No,
yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
my,
yeah. I know what you mean. Like, and like yeah. I remember what was it? The last time I flew, I was through Atlanta, and I saw this woman with like, I swear to God, they were stripper shoes, and she was like running through the fucking airport, and I'm just like, why that is a choice for like, running through the airport? Why not like some fucking, like some Hokas or some Nikes or like something that's gonna be comfortable that you can actually like run in. And she's like, at a good pace in these like stripper shoes. I'm like, whatever. You probably just got off the job and then got an Uber from your place of work to the airport to go see whoever paid for your plane ticket or whatever. I don't know.
well, I always thought because, some women, especially like when you're flying in certain places, it's like you can feel, well, women and men, you can just tell they have a certain presence about them. And I always noticed like some of these women wore heels. And when Kathy, Jen, and I went to Mexico, I decided I was going to be one of those women that wore heels in the airport. And I had blisters so fucking bad, I could barely walk all weekend. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. That just seems like not a good choice at all. Like I
I don't know
always like,
how they do it.
yeah, for airport stuff, for me it's like it's comfortable attire, always down to the shoes. I'm like, and I see these guys in like kind of like business casual kind of shit. It's like I couldn't even do that. Now
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like, and I'm not gonna be the person in like my house shoes and sweatpants. I can't do that. Like I can't go that far. I will do like, decent jeans, decent shirt, nothing too crazy because I don't want TSA to like fucking, try to
Hmm.
target me as usual. But then I'll use my fucking gym shoes to walk around in because like I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of walking, so I just take them.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
easier.
some of those guys aren't even business casual. Like they're wearing a suit and just took the tie off.
Yeah,
I'm just like, are they going straight to work or
yeah.
flying from Chicago to New York and going to have a meeting immediately? And I was
Well,
like,
no,
maybe.
a friend of mine did that actually. He had a conference to go to in, I want to say it was in Tampa or something. It was something on the East Coast for sure.
Hmm.
And he got up like ass early and he had to go to the airport at 4. The flight was at 6. He did his conference and everything. And once everything was done, all of his obligations were done, he flew back that evening and got back into Atlanta. He didn't even stay the night. He just like flew back.
Mm, damn.
And I mean like that's good because you're saving on a hotel, but it's like that is a lot to do in a day. That
Yeah.
is a lot to do in a day.
Yeah, it is. Oof.
Yeah. I could
But
not. Flying to go somewhere and then get back in the same day. No, I can't do that.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just with me flying to Long Island, flying in one night and flying back the next night, that was even a lot. To do in the
Oh
same
yeah.
day, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, no, yeah, because like he's a very frugal guy, so it's kind of like I kind of figured he would do that, um, and yeah, it's fine, but it was just kind of like hearing him say that, I was like, damn, dude, I get it, but that's a lot to do, especially like you have to make sure your flight's late enough and your conference thing ends and you have like 2+
Hmm.
hours to like get to the airport, get through security,
Yep.
depending on how bad it is, and then like get to your flight.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nuts.
yeah, and like that's why for this Jamaica trip I'm kind of glad I'm flying out of a smaller airport. just because I don't want to like deal with a bigger airport security thing,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not switching airports. Because a lot of people that I work with, like they'll fly into JFK, and I'm like, I kind of have it down pat at LaGuardia. I know exactly where to go unless they switch something up. It just now I have my routine, but I don't know that I'll have to be flying out there anymore. So
That's good.
yeah, the whole reason why I was having to go out there, the trainers, the credentialed trainers, um, that we were training, they actually started teaching last week. So they were in the classroom teaching the nurses. So yeah.
Well, that's
And
good.
now I'm just kind of like,
You don't have to like truck out there and like, do the whole thing. And I mean, even though it's paid for, it's still like time you're spending doing all this stuff. So
yeah. But yeah, this last week, a lot of my job, a lot of it, and I still have some to do. So there's like this big spreadsheet, like 300 classes or some shit like that, just for the one. There's actually more than that. I don't know, a lot of classes. But the LMS, the learning management system, doesn't have the LMS ID on this spreadsheet. So a lot of what I was doing, because it's easier to look things up with that LMS ID, I'm taking the class, copy and pasting it into the LMS, getting that LMS ID, copying and pasting it on this spreadsheet. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. That was a lot of it. I mean, it's just mundane, and I'll do it because it's part of the job, definitely. And then answering questions that the trainers might have because there were some issues with some of the classes. But yeah, things are, you know, work is going good, I guess.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
good to hear.
they haven't fired me yet, so
Any male suitors? Anybody tracking you down, trying to give you flowers or a trip
hell
or
no, no. But I am over here collecting cats. So many goddamn
collecting
cats. Come here,
cats.
little baby. Come here, baby. Damn you. So I had the kitten or the mama cat and the five kittens outside. And then I was gonna get two of the strays fixed um a few weeks ago. And I wanted the bigger ones, but I didn't catch them in time. And that morning I had to go drop two cats off. So I took a little bit and then I grabbed one of the kittens from outside. Um, one that I knew would come to me. And I took them and got them fixed. And I just love this little kitten so much. So much. He's so fucking cute. And I feel bad because the mom saw me snatch him like right in front of her.
Oh my
Because,
God.
for months I've been petting this little kitten, putting food down. And yeah, and now her baby's gone. Um, I feel bad. I feel bad, but it's cold outside. And then I feel really bad because she's still out there with the other four kittens. But this is what I did. Okay. So this is my place looks like I got these big dog houses. They're medium-sized igloo dog houses, right? So they're
Yeah.
they're big. They're
No,
big.
yeah, no, I've seen them. They're damn huge. They're huge.
So I got two on my back porch, one on my front porch. Okay.
Hmm.
They are covered with packing with moving blankets, like the big thick moving blankets,
Yeah.
because I was trying to do anything to keep heat in because it got down to like almost single digits here. With wind chill, it was like 9 degrees.
Yeah, yeah.
So covered that. Well, with a blanket, if blankets get wet, that's not good because then it won't, yes, it was on top of it, but
Yeah,
so I
they won't keep heat in as they could, yeah.
so I got tarp and I have them wrapped in tarp. Well, the tarp happens to be bright blue. So I got like these two great big, it looks like a homeless encampment because I got like these two great big dog houses on my back porch wrapped and one on the front porch, but I'm not done yet because I also got inside outside heating pads. So for cats, you can get like these big mats that they will slightly heat up. They don't get like super hot because you don't want to burn your animal.
Yeah.
But I have those in there, and then I have because I like crawled in these dog houses, and I'm like I got packing blankets in the dog houses so they can get in the dog houses, and then I got water bowls that also because these all need electricity, so I got like extension cords everywhere um that heat up so the water doesn't freeze. I have spent probably $1,500 on these fucking cats trying to make sure they survive the winter.
Oh my God.
Stupid cats. And then my pallets came. My pallets came because I told you I bought an auction, right? For
Yeah, yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're telling me like yeah, you were buying some auction stuff for the cats or for yourself or something along those lines. Yeah.
Yep. Well, both. Um, Well, I won two different auctions, two different pallets in each auction. And the one auction they canceled. I don't know why they canceled it, but I did get the other delivery. So I have those pallets in my garage. Um, but yeah, so I told the boys come take what they want and I'll use some of it because there's some cat trees in there, so I'll have those put together and bring them inside. No precious baby.
Yeah,
Come here.
when I went to my friend's giving thing, my friends who live in Tennessee kind of did the same thing. Apparently, like they found some cats under their porch or something, and like they're kind of just feeding them outside of their house. And
Oh
it's like
God.
it's at least four or five. It's at least four or five. And it was just one of those things where like I immediately kind of thought of you because I was just like, what's happening to my friends? Like, is like what is happening? Like, is everybody okay? Is everybody fine?
You just feel bad. And like I told Kathy, I said if I never, up until a few years ago, I didn't care about the outside cats. I never fed them. If they came by, I'd pet them, but I never fed them. And if I stopped feeding them, they would go away.
Yeah.
But now I feel like such an obligation. Dude, I'll go out in the fucking freezing rain. I'll put snow boots on and I'll go trek myself to the garage because I have the garage cracked open for the cats that can't come up on my porch. They need a place too. And I'll put food and water out there for them. But yeah, and there's been times Captain, who is this scraggly old fucking cat, probably covered in fleas because he has real long fur.
Oh,
But
geez.
I've gotten him before and covered him because it was like pouring down rain and he's out there walking around and he walks very slow because he's old. So I'll pick him up and I'll run him to the garage or I'll run him to my front porch. Yeah, these animals are fucking spoiled. And even the squirrels, like when we go outside, they'll come up to the porch and then we'll throw them nuts. I get peanuts for the squirrels and bird seed for the birds. Yeah. I told Kathy I spend like 500 a month in critter food and kitty litter. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe I should stop and let them all go away. Get that bug. That
You'll you
ladybug.
you'll do that for like an hour and then be like, "Oh, I can't let them starve."
I know I would feel so bad.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it was funny because my friends are talking about their cats and they're just like, "Hey, Nick, why don't you have a pet cat?" I'm just like, I can't. I just
Oh
I
my
just don't have
God.
I just don't have the capacity to like
You
I
travel too much.
yeah, I'm in and out too long and like I
Yeah.
can't and yeah.
Because even cats, yeah, you can leave them alone for a few days, put some kibble down, water and all that. But yeah, it's hard when you have a pet. I kind of wish I never would have started, but I did, and I can't just I hate to rehome them because it really is hard on an animal, because they do get attached to whoever's taking care of them.
Hmm.
Um, and like two of these cats were abandoned already once they were almost a year old. And it's taken a while to get them used to being here. And I'm like, I don't want to be the one that get back out. I never should have picked you up off the street, you know? So I'm like, oh well. But my older son took another cat. So I don't know if I ever told you this. My one cat, Peanut, who was the little tiny baby that I had to bottle feed
Yeah.
last year, uh, for some reason, he started attacking his tail. Like, not just, oh, look, that's so cute. That cat's chasing his tail. No, he would catch his tail and he ripped like a big thing of hair all down the back of it. And he got his claws in there and clawed it. Um, and he would like holler as if he's fighting with another animal. And I'd go to yell, and it's him fighting his
Oh,
fucking tail because he
jeez.
would bite and scratch his tail, which would hurt, which would make him yell. And then he'd attack more because his tail just hurt him. It was so the vet put him on Prozac.
Oh,
And
wow. That's okay.
yeah, because it was behavioral. They ran some tests on him. They gave him some antibiotics, but they said it was probably behavioral. And what I wondered, my older son and his girlfriend, they had taken Cleo, which was Zachary's cat, but then they took this one of the black kittens, which Peanut always played with this black kitten.
Hmm.
And I was like, could it be because he lost his friend? Like the cat that was, he was rough and tumble buddies with? And they said maybe. So Zachary now my kid has three cats. Zachary has three cats.
Oh God. Yeah, because it's one of those things where like I know my cats whenever we had a couple of them, when I lived in Tennessee, when my dad died, they changed, they changed, and it
Yeah.
was very drastic, and they became very distraught and very sad, and
Oh,
they were just kind of like going to the bathroom everywhere, and it was very like,
mm,
it was bad because we were dealing with the death of our dad and everything, and these
hmm
cats are like not cooperating and stuff like that, and it was just frustrating. We had to give them up because it was just getting to
hmm
be too much because they weren't helping us at all. So unfortunately we gave them to somebody who we knew deals with animals and things like that and is really good at it, and we just didn't give it to like we just didn't like kick them out. We gave it to somebody who does animal things like that we knew very
Yeah.
well, so this way it's not just anybody kind of thing. So
Well, yeah, and it's amazing. Like animals can sense a change, and they were just very unhappy, it seems like. God, that's sad.
yeah, it was it was sad, but it was just like they weren't well, once again we felt bad giving
Yeah.
them up, but it was just one of those things where it's like it was stress on us also in this stressful time, and it was just all around bad,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and you didn't need that. I mean, it tends to get worse too.
yeah.
Tends to get worse.
Yeah, so yeah, we had to give them up, and we made sure we gave them to somebody, that would give them a good home, not just anybody.
Hmm
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's my fear. Like, I really should rehome at least the three little kittens because they're all three pretty young, um, under 6 months old, so they're pretty small. They're all adorable. I'm like, I really should, but it's just finding people that are going to be nice to them and kind to them because everybody I know already has animals,
yeah.
And that's why it was fine. Conrad has one cat. He took Xerxes, which was the one that the other cats terrorized. It was terrible. They picked on him, they chased him, they wouldn't let him go to the litter box. So Conrad has one cat, and then Zachary has three. But other than my boys, I don't know anybody that I could give a cat to. Like, I guess I could throw that kitten back outside. Its mom's still out there, but I feel bad.
Yeah, no, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But kind of a different subject. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it. So I'm going to start with that. But Starlink, that's the one that Elon Musk has, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I have been going like, I stopped for a minute, but like Elon Musk has been, since he invested so much money into the presidency, um, every time he's posting stuff on the internet, I kept responding and I was getting shitty in my responses to him. And I always tagged him, right? Like worse and worse. You're a fucking idiot. You're a moron. Starlink sucks. Twitter sucks. I was getting like vicious. So when I flew to New York this last time, and I had deleted the Twitter app off my phone. Um, and I decided to download it again because I still went on there. So I was like, I'll download the app again. So I got off the plane in New York and I'm driving the rental car and I had Google Maps and I'm like, I'm out. It's not like the weather was bad. And like Google Maps is like losing connection, lost satellite connection, lost. And I'm like getting lost in fucking New York because I'm like, I don't know where to turn and traffic is driving. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I'm losing satellite connection because Elon Musk is using his Twitter app to fuck with me. So as I was driving, that's actually what I was thinking. I'm like, he is using that. So I deleted the Twitter app as I was driving, and then Google Maps worked. No issue since.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I mean, and it really did. So I'm like, I don't know if it was maybe it just pulls too much from the phone, but yeah, I was losing satellite connection. I'm like, well, what if you have the Twitter app so it kind of forces your phone to try to use Starlink because he has all those satellites up there now? I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And probably more than what we even know.
Yeah. I know. I know they put up new ones like almost every like couple of weeks, if not every week. Like there's yeah. Because this year I know I know this year I think he already set the record for launches, or maybe he's almost there, but he's very close. Like it's one or the other for sure. And so yeah, oh yeah, I saw one video that made me it was kind of weird. Like this one lady posted this video. She's like, "Oh, I've noticed ever since Elon's, been involved in the government that," and she kept showing pictures of him with his kid out around his head, like, like on his shoulders or whatever. And the lady's like, "Yeah, he's got a human shield." I'm like, "You think Elon's kid is his human shield?" I'm like, "That's really fucked up. Like it's really
Mhm.
fucked up." You
Yeah,
know?
that kind of is.
I mean, I know people hate the guy. I mean, by all means, that's your right. You're allowed to hate somebody, but that's really fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know because he had that kid before.
Yeah,
Before like this, which I don't want to be one of those people, but I am one of those people. Before that CEO from United Healthcare just got killed.
yeah,
He always had that kid, and it's the same kid, that
yeah.
little
It is.
blonde boy.
Yeah, but yeah, and she was. I think she was just like I don't know. I think it was one of those things where like, see, she searched the right term for Google or whatever to give her the result she wanted, and she was very
Mm.
happy with it, and vindicated her like conspiracy theory.
Oh, gotcha.
It was that kind of thing where like all of it aligned in her mind, and she was like, "I'm right. It's real." Like, yeah, well.
No, no, he always had that kid with him
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
but
yeah. There are several pictures before that of him, yeah, of him with the kid, and people. It's funny. I'm just like, that's really shitty, lady. Like, maybe he just wants to be a good father to the kid and like make sure that he's
yeah.
always around him and bring him to stuff and not leaving him at home with whatever caretaker he's got or whatever he's doing or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Him and
was
his
like,
him and his him and his football team of kids.
no shit, 12 of them.
Yep, 12 of them. Him
Actually, I
and
think 11, the one didn't survive. He infancy.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
But yeah. Did you
yeah,
see speaking of kids, God, that's psoriasis on my leg. God damn it. I'm breaking out again.
It's because
My
it's dry.
psoriasis on my nose went away finally. Now I got it on my leg.
No, that's because
Fuck.
it's dry outside, probably.
Mm. Um, but that blonde chick that Johnny Depp had that toxic
Oh yeah, Amber
marriage
Heard.
to, she's pregnant again. Or she's pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I heard that, and she's living in Spain. It's like change her last name and shit and everything.
Yep.
I'm just
My sister swears up and down her oldest kid is Elon Musk's.
like.
Because we don't know who the father is, right?
Well, if he looks like him, then I'd get a DNA or claim a DNA test or something. I'd do
Well,
something.
and the baby was born through a surrogate. And I'm like, that's how Elon likes to have his kids, man.
Some of them he'll just he'll woo some some
Most of them are through in vitro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably does that just so like they can't they can't keep his sperm, have a kid, and then claim child support. That's probably why he does that.
Well, I don't know. It could be, but it could also be like in my mind, because his mind probably is on 1,000 different things at a time. Maybe having sex takes too much time. So it's just like, you want a kid, here you go.
That yeah, that could be it. Like
Let me grab from my fridge.
he probably has like a lawyer show up with a contract saying here, and here. Here's
Yeah.
your turkey baster and sperm. Go to town, lady.
Oh, God.
It's the
Oh,
it's the
shit.
Elon Musk child kit. You get half from him and
Oh,
up
God.
front and then half on delivery.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's probably how
God.
he does it. Yes.
It could be. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I mean, he could probably, he probably pays these women like probably, a few $1 million a piece to have his kid. So, and even then, I feel like he's got some computer or some like system or some DNA system to like
well,
figure out like which woman he's having kids with.
I thought about that and I'm like two of them with that one chick were surrogates. So I'm like, I wonder if he manipulates the DNA or if they do something with the embryo to make sure it's perfect. Like, couldn't you see him doing that shit?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, I know. There's already a company that does that. That will like, they'll like, m- impregnate the embryo and do a thing, and they'll even do a DNA test to make sure that like any markers or anything like that aren't transmitted to the egg or the child or
Yep.
whatever. There are companies that do that like now, and I'm just like I'm sure he's invested in them or has like some lab in his basement that does that like on steroids, you know.
I thought the same. I was like, I bet you that's why he does,
Well, and it's
in
one of those.
vitro.
Well, I mean that would explain why he's like constantly trying to make as much money as possible because I think he's wanting to divide it amongst his kids when he dies. If he dies, if he doesn't doesn't put his head in a jar or something, and live
Yeah.
live for a
Well,
thousand years.
yeah, I could see him doing that too. He probably is definitely going to be frozen or something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I can't see him dying.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's collecting all that money so he can get a trust for his kids and just like, here you go, when you turn X amount of years old, you get, a chunk of change. Enjoy.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn. His first wife, he married and divorced and married and divorced.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really weird.
yeah.
Like
I think,
kind of like Ben Affleck.
yep. Yeah. I think way back when he was probably pretty normal. Um, but money and everything else
Yeah.
kind of gets to you. But yeah, Ben Affleck and J Lo broke up. That's fucked up.
Which I mean, it was it
Very
was
odd couple.
well, no, it was funny because when like I remember seeing pictures like, in passing like when they were dating, like they looked happy, they looked fine. He looked happy too. Once like they tied the knot, you could see video of him like opening the car door for her and he was just miserable as shit.
Oh God.
And I'm just like, dude, why did you do it? You know exactly how she is. Why would you fucking do this? Like what were you doing? What were you thinking?
And I'm
she's not gonna
wondering,
change. She's not gonna change.
yeah, if after they got married, she wanted him to change. Because, like, she's a singer. So you know she doesn't smoke. She probably doesn't drink because anything that's going to damage her voice, where he's a fucking near alcoholic. He smokes like a chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you she wanted him to change after they got married. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. And she may have been very nagging about it too.
Yeah.
And he thought, she's not the same. It's like, no, she's she's a certain age. She's just the same when you married her a few decades ago. Like it's not gonna be that much different.
It also could be, which actually they never got married before. They broke up. They were engaged, but they never
Oh,
made it.
okay,
Yep,
okay,
they
okay.
did break up. But they were an odd couple then too. But his friendship with Jennifer Gardner was also, I think, because you know how some families they try to do stuff together because of the kids.
Yeah,
Um, like Christmas and things like that. And they didn't really, J-Lo and Ben Affleck would do things with all the kids, or Jennifer Garner would do things with all the kids, but they never, all of them did things together, which I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, I've been over at Chuck's family's for holidays and his wife was there, and um, when I was younger, my mom invited my dad over, but I think that probably bothered her too, because Jennifer Garner has always been somebody that Ben Affleck could count on.
yeah, I've seen that. Well,
Sh-
and also, how awkward would it be to be like, hey, Jen, I got your present, and both of them come to him.
I never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, which Jen you talking about? You can't say, "Hey Lopez, hey Garner." Like it's gonna sound really weird.
Yeah.
it's like you're calling like basketball players to come over and like
Yeah.
look at the look at your chart or something. That's what it sounds like. Like
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna be yeah.
funny.
You can't do that. Like it'd just be weird.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, it would just wouldn't make sense. But yeah, it just wouldn't make sense, And you know J-Lo would want the most extravagant shit for Christmas. Like she'd just like
Hmm.
if you didn't get me a 25 and a half carat diamond ring, like I'm gonna fuck you up or some shit like that. She seems like she's like that. Like
Yeah, she does.
if you don't get the most expensive lavish thing for her, she will like, ruin your day or year or life or whatever. So
Yeah, I know she's one of those women that she just wants to be loved. But man, the men
she
she picks, they're just not good matches for her.
Well, I think she wants to be loved on her terms, and that's probably what the
Mm,
problem is. She's like, these are the things I want, and they're like,
I get that though. I get that.
yeah, which is, yeah, she's, I want to say she's in her 50s or maybe she's in her 60s. I don't know, I forget.
No, she's 50s.
She's 50, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's, she doesn't want to die alone, which I understand, it's that, but you gotta hamper expectations and kind of find a compromise or something like
Yeah.
figure it out
Yeah.
either bang and marry the pool boy or get somebody your own age.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
gotta do.
what it is. She needs to be with somebody that maybe, I mean, if she can find a billionaire that just, yeah, I was trying to think if there's anybody out there actor wise, like I could fix her up with somebody. I have that power.
I know George Clooney got married a few years ago, which was surprising. I think he was like he was like, I'll never do it, and like boom, he did.
Yep. Yep. And from what I heard about that, it was just like love at first sight, kind of, because his wife's quite a bit younger than he
Oh
is.
yeah. Whenever I've seen them together, she seems to kind of hold her own too.
Well, she's a international lawyer.
Ah, that's why.
She fights on behalf of, like trafficking, sex
Oh,
trafficking,
okay.
Holocaust victims. I mean,
Oh
she is a
shit.
big time lawyer
Oh shit. So,
in
oh well.
England. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and from what I've read, like she just blew him away. Just they happened to be someplace together and they had a conversation and he just fell in love with her.
Damn.
And now he has kids.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
shocking.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, he's once again, he's quite a bit older as well, and it's just like, well, I mean, if he can do it, he can do it. That's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Mm. Hey, January 12th. I don't know if you'd want to come to the Dayton area, but January 12th, it's a Sunday.
Okay.
The one movie I'm in, A Hard Place, is having its premiere in Dayton. They already had a premiere for mostly cast and crew, which I wasn't able to go to. But they're going to be having like the actual premiere in Dayton.
In Dayton,
And
Ohio?
yep,
Let's see how far exactly is that for me?
it's about 5.5 hours from your mom.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Um, yeah, I don't know because I haven't mapped out next year yet. Yeah, so I don't know. I hate that as I've gotten older, like more of my time gets mapped out earlier. I really fucking
Hmm.
hate that. That
Yeah.
that really irks me. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, nah, I can't do that in March of 2026. I have something already planned. Like, fuck, really?
But if I don't put things on my calendar, I forget. As a matter of
Well,
fact, I'm
no,
getting ready to
that's
put this on my calendar now.
yeah, no, no, no. I understand. I understand putting things on your calendar, but I feel like as I've gotten older, things I have obligations that are further out in the year or in the
Mm.
next year, and I'm just like I can't do this. I have to do this thing. So
Yep.
it just is weird to me that like that's how things are now,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it's okay. Yeah. But no, I'll see. I don't know if I try to keep January kind of open for a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you because I was like, oh, that's not too far. But yeah, Kathy, because it's like an hour and 40 minutes from us. So she's gonna head over.
Which
We're
uh
gonna go
which
over
which
there.
which movie is this?
A Hard Place, it was the one where I was in the fight
Okay.
that we talked about where I was like,
Yes.
he really pissed me off.
Yeah, the fight
Yeah.
coordinator like yeah fucked with you
Yep.
hard.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Okay.
It's that one.
Is that God? That's gonna be. I hope the fight coordinator's not there for that premiere. That
He
would.
was probably in the one in California.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm like positive he was. But if he is, he is. I mean, like I said, it was on me too because I'm not a professional. They knew that. It was cold. We hadn't practiced. And I did punch him in the face. So
But like you're a stunt guy. Like you were. It's one of those things where
take
like
a punch, man.
yeah, like some people you're like you try to mitigate the hurt and the injury, but like it's going to happen. Like it's part of the job. Like I respect them because it's a difficult job to do, but like it's like you might break an arm or leg or whatever. Like it's you might something like that might happen. So
And I doubt I hit him that hard. I mean, I am kind of weak. I'm like,
yeah, so it's yeah, like and he should just
oh,
taken it. I know it's funny because I know the guy I work with, John, he's an ex-wrestler from like 10 years ago, and I've seen him on set where like a woman, like a woman will have to slap him or whatever, and he'll be like, "Yeah, just slap me full on." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm used to it. I used to wrestle like in backyard wrestling. Like just hit me, it's fine." And I've been there when he's done it a couple times, and he'll do it like four times. They'll do four takes, and he'll take it.
damn. Maybe he
He's a
likes
trooper.
it. He probably likes
Probably,
it.
probably, probably. I mean, that's whatever. If that's his thing, that's fine. Whatever, buddy. But it does make an impact for sure on film when like you hear that very like real slap, and it's very real. Um, he's done a lot of questionable things for for movies we've done, but it's fine. He's a trooper. We love him. You saw him naked in the clown movie that I sent you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, good.
yeah, actually we started editing Screw Year's Eve right now.
Really?
Yeah, I
Nice.
have all the footage on a hard drive like a foot away from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When do you
Um,
think that'll come out?
it's supposed to come out, I think, October of next year.
Okay.
That is the well, it's supposed to come out that month. That is our tentative thing to reach. I know me and John was in it, and we all do a lot of work, but John has all the footage now. He's gonna try to edit it, and like I told him, I was like, if you need help with
Hmm.
anything, just yell at me. Because if he wants me to do a scene and then he does a scene or whatever, like we can get it done a little bit faster. Then it's not a big deal because we've shot the majority of everything. We've done like as you call principal photography or whatever you want to call it. There are like I think a handful of things more we need to do, but it's all like small things that need to happen. But other than
Okay.
that, everything is the majority of it is done. And what is it? My like and once again I feel terrible that I was sick and I couldn't help them because like they had
Mm.
the hardest fucking time. That time doing it. So, yeah, it was difficult. Um but I mean everything they shot looks great. They did the best they could with the sound, which is fine. I'll help with that as much as I can and make sure everything sounds good. And yeah, it's just an ordeal now. Just trying to, dwindle it all down to like an hour and a half, maybe less, and just make it a movie. So,
It's amazing how much work goes into making movies. And I had no idea all the film that was taken and the sound, and then you got to edit, and then 1,000 shots of the same scene.
yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, whenever I'm on set with these guys, I'm always thinking of like the edit in the end, like what else do we? And I'm always trying to think of like, because I read the script and I try to figure out well, what we're doing for the day and what needs what, and I always try to figure out like for the edit for like whatever will have to be edited in the end, like what little small things we need as well. Um, so I'll always tell Richard, hey man, can we shoot this thing? If we have time, obviously I don't ever try to like butt into what he's doing because he's directing. And I always suggest to him every now and again he'll just say no, but more than likely he'll say yes. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's just his choice and time crunch, and sometimes we're dealing with actors and actresses who we've paid who are there for a certain amount of time, and we can only do certain things. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, but yeah, it was fun to look at all the footage and see everything they did, and everybody covered in blood and the fake things that happened, and it was just
Love
it was
it.
a lot of fun. So I actually went through this last week and went through and what was it? Categorized all the takes into like folders and stuff. So I did that for a week because it took forever. Because I think they're like 1,000 shots,
Mm.
maybe 1,500. So I had to go through and like do all of them. And then sometimes because they were frustrated and they were tired, they wouldn't even use the clapper board. They just yell it out and then like
Oh
clap their
God.
hands. So I tried doing the best I could, but yeah. It's how
Mm.
it goes on film and how it goes. And like they film like 4 days straight, I want to say. 4 days straight, 15 hours a day, you know? So a lot of footage.
Lots of footage.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But it should be done by October of 2025. That's the idea. Yeah. It's called Screw Year's Eve.
Screw Year's Eve. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like the one you were you were in.
Mm. Actually, New Fear's Eve just was in a festival out in New York
Oh, nice.
this past week. Yeah, on Friday.
Yeah, I
Mm.
saw there was something about it that you posted. I was wondering what it was. But no, that's good. I hope it got recognition. I hope that um, you know, it goes somewhere.
Yeah, they didn't say if it won any awards or anything, but just being out there, I'm sure was amazing.
Yeah, especially if they hyped it up and got people to come watch it. I'm
Yep.
sure everybody had a good
Yep.
time because yeah, that was that one. When we watched it for the premiere in Kentucky,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun, and the movie was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was really
I
good.
enjoyed that one. I
Yeah, it
enjoyed
was
that
it
one.
was it was a lot of fun. I hope those guys get recognition for it. I hope you get some parts from it because you were hilarious as well.
A
And
very tiny, tiny part.
yeah,
If I get parts from anything, it's going to be a hard place.
okay,
I was a bigger part in that, or if we ever get to see it, um, the Elder Hunters.
the Elder Hunters, yeah.
That one I still can't seem to find anywhere. So
Okay, okay. Did they release it or?
yeah, it's supposed to be released, but I can't find it anywhere.
Hmm.
So I don't know where it was released or who's distributing it, or maybe it's with the distributor, but they haven't sent it out yet. But like if you look at the IMDb page, it says it was released, and then it was also in one festival that I know of. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Hmm. That's weird. Oh well, I hope it gets yeah, because usually I know sometimes with the independent stuff, if you know they'll lag behind a little bit here and there, and if it's in distribution, they may if it's not something they really think will do well, they might package it in like a bunch of stuff together and give
Hmm.
it to a distribution company or give it to something like that or whatever. So
Yeah,
it all just depends. It really
yeah.
depends.
So change the subject again. What do you think of that CEO getting shot? I
Oh
mean, what are your
God.
thoughts about it? Because I mean, I have been reading whatever. I used to work for Aetna Insurance, and I remember when our CEO came to visit our location in Fort Wayne, Indiana, he traveled with security.
Yeah.
And I thought at the time, I'm like, God, that's kind of crazy that they travel with security. And they were telling us like people would like try to shoot um, you know, like the building up and stuff like that. So yeah, they travel with security usually.
Well, and like yeah, it was one of those things where it's like I'm surprised he didn't have one person with him. In all honesty, just one big security dude with him. I'm surprised he didn't even have that. Like that's weird. And he's like walking the streets of New York like it's nothing. It seemed like he was getting into a
Mhm.
taxi or whatever. It was very strange. But the thing is that yes, a human life is lost, but he was also a piece of shit. Like I'm not a fan of people, and even then, I love that the stats for the company have come out and been very public that they deny over 30% of claims they get.
Yep.
They're the
Yep.
highest, and people keep seeing that. I think that's funny, which the stock of that company is going to go down. They're going to get sold to somebody.
And everybody's given their, stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean and it's good and you see all these CEOs and everybody else taking off their LinkedIn and their stuff from the websites things like that and like I do like that in that industry that's kind of it's been like this for a while and they've been fucking over a lot of people for decades. I like that they're running a little bit scared. I like that they're running a little scared. I like that they're no longer as untouchable as they think they are. You know,
Yep.
it's good. Did a guy had to die for that to happen? That really sucks. But also the guy was worth $1 billion by fucking people over who needed health care.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got a bonus for it too. I'm sure for him denying so many claims and saving the company so much money, he got a bonus for it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they knew what they were doing. And yeah, I know it's a business and businesses need to make money, but like you're making the money off of the debts of people, off of people's deaths and their debt as
Hmm.
well.
Yep.
And so I'm kind of rooting for the guy. I hope they don't catch him.
And people just don't seem to really be interested in helping them catch him. Um,
Yeah.
but here's the other thing. He's been separated from his wife for a couple years. Was it maybe the
Yeah, yeah.
wife?
See, I thought of that too. I thought of that too because like we discussed this on like the Thursday show, World Class Bullshitters, and it's something we said because like we were just like, oh, it's like everyone's like, oh, I know it's funny because everyone's like, oh, he's an assassin. I'm just like, look, they said where he shot the guy. The guy got shot in the back and in the calf. That's not a professional.
Yeah.
And the guy had 3 bullets, which means he missed once. And he missed in like, I want to say an 8 to 10 foot range. That's how far he missed. And he
Mm.
was waiting for the guy like the entire like for hours or like maybe 12 hours or 6 hours, 8 hours. Like it was a long time. And and as soon as the guy came out, he shot him. You see him shoot him once, then twice. He goes down. I think he tried to shoot a third time and he missed because there were three casings in the that were on the ground.
Okay.
So he wasn't a professional. Yes, he took the guy out. Yeah, he took a city bike and this, that, and the other, whatever. But all the information coming out about him slowly and slowly is just like, you know, nobody
Well,
cares because like even with the $50,000 reward, people are just like, we don't know anything. It's funny. It's
well, and even the pictures they're releasing, the jackets are in fact different.
They are, and like this, and here's the thing: the guy did it during the winter in New York, where everybody was wearing the same like
Yeah.
waterproof, or at least similar waterproof jackets for
Yep.
snow and for like for because it's fucking cold. So like this guy was not stupid and probably planning the details of this,
Yeah.
So even the guy they said, oh, smile at the hostel clerk and it might be him. I like that might not be him. That might just be some dude in the same jacket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So who knows? I do
Yeah.
love that they found his backpack in Central Park and it had like something in it and then like Monopoly money. Like
Yes. I,
he's fucking
oh
with them.
no,
He's fucking with them hard. So like that makes me a little happy. I did I did once again saw a little video on Instagram of a woman like going through the New York subway and she saw some cops there like because they're on the subway sometimes and she makes a comment. She's like, "Oh, you catch the guy yet?" And they just laughed at her. So like they don't like because and she said even the cops don't get good health care. So
yeah.
like if
No,
they
nobody does.
yeah, and like if they don't give a fuck, I
And
feel
see,
yeah.
yeah, here's the thing. Everybody is telling these stories now where this guy actually he was one of the lower paid CEOs. If you ever notice, because like somebody had posted like here's all the CEOs and like here's what they were making. He was one of the lower paid ones.
Yeah.
Um, but everybody's stories are just heartbreaking.
No, they are. They really are. And I it once again it sucks that somebody's life had to be taken for this to come out,
Yeah.
but I'm not that mad about it.
No.
You know, it's like, eh, it's fine. Yeah, it sucks, but no, it would be really funny if it's like the wife trying to get back at the husband. If
Hmm.
that's what happens, if that's the story, I'm still gonna be happy. I'm still gonna be like, that is hilarious. That like the world thought it was like he had the bullet casings carved from this book. He took a city bike. He had Monopoly money in a backpack. He did it during winter where everybody's wearing the same exact shit, and it's just like the wife hired the wife hired some fucking nobody, like some pool boy, to like do this. Like that would be beyond hilarious if that's the case.
I love it.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. What was I gonna say? Um, God, what the fuck was I gonna say? I don't know. It was about him. I don't know. My mind just went blank. Yeah, maybe I had a mini stroke. I don't
Oh
know.
God. Oh God. No. 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 Do you smell toast?
Oh God. No, no. But toast sounds yummy. Yum, yum, yum.
But
No, no.
but I do love that like people are rooting for him and like I feel like the cops, a lot of people just don't care about catching him, but it seems like they're making this very like extravagant show about catching him. They're making it like the news media is making a really big like thing about like him every so often.
Yeah.
And I think it's to get clicks to get watches that, but also like and it's funny because they said, oh, he came from Atlanta, and I'm just like, and they said, oh, Atlanta police are working with New York police, and they're trying to get evidence. I'm like, good fucking luck, man. Good fucking luck, really.
Now I remember what I was gonna say. So I think it was Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, right before this happened, had came out with a new policy that they were going to, there were estimated times for anesthesia during surgeries. And if you went over that, they were not going to pay for that additional anesthesia time. You're in surgery, you can't stop your surgery.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I
like,
heard
if
about that.
complicate, yeah, they backtracked when this dude got shot. They backtracked that policy.
I'm glad they did. And like, yeah, because like I heard that too, and I was like,
It's
that's
stupid.
incredibly idiotic. But here's the thing. I mean, I I'll be honest. I hope more things like this happen, where at least
Yeah.
like it scares the shit out of them, and they start
Yep.
changing. Like the business changes. Like where the business is forced to change because people are getting too a little too rowdy, and like the government has to come in, or at least some intermediary has to come in and like you know figure the shit out.
Yep.
But once again, I do hope that whoever is going to perpetuate maybe the next one, don't go after like the low level like call center people or the doctors or the nurses. There are board members, like go after them, you know?
Yep.
Do that. Don't go after like the assistant. Like go after the big names. Just yeah, because like I
Yeah.
mean, people because like people, because like people need to work and eat. You can't help that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't kill the people that don't actually make the decisions. And I've said that with many companies I've worked for. They don't know what it's like. The people make it, even with me in healthcare, the directors and the people that are making the decision for the training team, they've obviously never been in the classroom. Hell, we had so many issues. We have this track, which is basically you're this kind of nurse, you need to take these classes. You're this kind of nurse, you need to take these classes. Called a track. Well, the way they were registering people, they, okay, so this is your track. Let's compare it to your transcript. What have you already taken? Make sure the classes are appropriate, and then we'll register you. And the director, the one that's running this thing, it's a physician that's like way up there. It was taking 20 minutes to register each person because they're getting this is what their track is. This is the classes that they're saying it should be. Let's make sure that that's right. And they said, no, that takes too long because we got to teach like 30,000 people. Nope, nope, we can't do 20 minutes per person. So don't check the transcript. Every single person that came through class last week for one particular module, which was Stork, labor and delivery, they were either in the wrong track or the wrong class.
Oh,
Every single
jeez.
person.
Oh, jeez.
I went through and checked every single one. They were all wrong.
Damn, man.
So now they're having to audit and double check, are these people in the right? Really? Maybe if you would have let them do it right in the first place instead of, oh, we don't, that takes too long. We need to cut
Yeah,
corners.
so
Yeah, we
yeah,
need to.
and then by it taking too long, it's cost you more money, more time.
Yep.
But whatever.
Yep. Yep. So the people that make those decisions, they're not doing the actual job. They don't understand. It's real easy for that millionaire to be able to say, yeah, don't cover it. They don't need it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a few more. I wouldn't, I wouldn't cry over it.
Yeah, I really wouldn't. But I do love that like I think yeah, this happened Wednesday morning and we're recording this on Sunday and like they still haven't caught the guy.
Oh yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I love how the New York mayor came out. He's like, "Oh, the net is getting tighter and tighter." Like, bullshit, buddy. Bullshit.
Yeah. Somebody posted a picture on Twitter. Now, how well it is, I don't know, because sometimes you don't know, but they were like, this is how the police are searching Central Park for the suspect. And you got these cops that are just kind of like do 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 do. Just like they're walking along Central Park. There was a lot of them, but they were just like do 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 do.
Yeah, because like they just don't give a shit. They're like, whatever, it's fine. Um, yeah, it's
No, I just think it's suspicious that that was the time because he had security, but not with him right at that moment.
okay, all right. I didn't know he
Yeah,
actually had security. Okay, all
because
right.
he'd had threats.
Mm.
Yeah, his wife said that he had been threatened. She didn't know what the threats, which is what made me think of her. The wife didn't know what the nature of the threats were, but knew there were threats. He had security. From what I've read, the gunman was on the phone 10 minutes before he walked out the door, and then he walked out the door and he shot him.
Jeez.
He's
Eh,
on his way.
Oh, that'd be wild. But the thing is, well, yeah, and I'm sure they're using cell phone towers and triangulation to figure out like what
Well,
phone,
no,
what.
somebody brought that up. They're like, you're telling me he was on the cell phone right before he shot that guy and you still can't find him?
Well, and it's one of those things where like to get a burner phone in New York, I'm sure it's really easy because
Oh, I'm
all you
sure.
need to do is buy the phone with cash.
Yeah.
And you can wear your hoodie and your face mask and buy it with cash. You do it during like a Saturday where it's busy, nobody sees you, nobody gives a shit
Yeah.
about you. And then you buy the card from some bodega. They're not gonna fucking remember your face at all. And then you type all the shit into the phone. Call the number you need to, and that's it. You say you say to the person, hey, this is my number.
Yep.
Call me at this time. Whatever information you need to do, whatever. And then once you put all the information in the phone, you ditch it. You fucking throw it away. That's it.
Yep.
But even then, like they should, if a number called him or he was on the phone with
Hmm.
somebody, they can. I'm sure they have the technology to triangulate it and figure out the fucking thing. Or maybe there's too many people in that area that was too dense and like they couldn't find it or something. I don't fucking know. It's
Hmm.
hard to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Yeah,
it's
I just
if it's the wife, I'm gonna be. It'll be hilarious.
part of me just really thinks she had something to do with it. But then again, my very first thought was, I bet a loved one died
Yeah. Oh
because
no. One.
insurance
Yeah.
wouldn't cover something. That was my exact first thought.
Oh no, no, same here, same here. Like I thought to myself, it's a grandmother or like a good parent like died because of like
Yep,
stage 4 cancer that these people didn't want to like
yep,
give them the care for some shit like that. That's what
yep.
happened. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
some of
happened.
these stories that I'm reading, like insurance decided they weren't going to cover their chemotherapy anymore, but they didn't tell the patient. The patient found out when they went into the chemotherapy center and was told by the nurses there that it wasn't going to be covered anymore and had to
Yeah,
go talk to the financial office.
yeah. It's yeah, and then that those people yell and get mad at the people at the hospital who don't know anything,
Yeah.
and they get the brunt of the anger when it should be the person who denied the claim. Even United Healthcare had some sort of AI do it automatically
Mm.
that they put into place so they could save more
Oh,
money.
yeah. I
Yeah,
read
so,
that.
so they could save more money and deny more people. And I was just like, jeez, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a situation. I think it's interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Netflix documentary to come out next year.
Oh my God. And then did you see, they will too. Did you see that in New York they had a lookalike contest?
Yes, I saw.
Like nobody gives a shit that this man died.
Yeah,
But
and like it was, yeah, and it
I
was
feel
it was
bad for his
it
kids,
was like it
but
was like a couple
they're
of it was
rich
like it,
now.
it was either this morning or like a couple of days ago. Like it was really soon that they did that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, these people like
Guy's funeral probably hadn't even happened yet.
yeah, no shit. Well, here's the thing as well. You say funeral, they like he had a meeting to go to. The meeting still went through because he wasn't there.
Oh,
Yeah, he was going to a meeting. The meeting still occurred.
mm.
And he wasn't there.
Well, now they know why.
Yeah, because apparently somebody found some information about like meeting minutes or like some sort of like Zoom email or whatever, and they were just like yeah, they found out about it and they were like, oh yeah, the meeting still went on even though he wasn't. And it's like that's how much they fucking care about their CEOs and shit like that and people who are in that industry. Like they didn't give a shit. All right, and they're like, all right, he's late. It's been 2.5 minutes. We waited and went on.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. They didn't give a fuck about him they didn't give a fuck about him either. They really didn't. Like it just yeah. It's a whole situation. It's interesting. I mean, if they haven't caught the guy in they haven't if they haven't caught the guy in a week, they're not gonna catch him.
No, no, because he could be anywhere. Um, and in the pictures that they've shown, the jackets look different, the eyes look different. The eyebrows are like much bushier than the other one.
Yeah.
Different masks. Okay, so did he change his mask. And then somebody had a good point. He probably had a bag, change of clothes, something waiting for him in Central Park.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He probably
So he
did.
ran in there and changed
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah, I think that's what. And like somebody, I just saw a video. Somebody said there's this like bust silicone mask on Amazon that looks just like the guy.
Oh,
And like those silicone masks look like human skin. Like they're like up close or during or like if you're wearing something like that during the winter where you're covered up, you can't tell
yeah.
it's not a real person. You really can't tell.
Oh, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be some like fucking Mission Impossible shit if that's the case. You know? And I'm like, if he's that smart and pulled that shit off, like he's done. He's done, man. Like it's over with.
I just I would like to know why,
Oh
because
yeah.
we got all these assumptions. I hope the guy doesn't get caught. I really don't.
Well,
But I would
I
just like to
hope
know why.
I hope if he does get caught, they just arrest him and they don't shoot him. He doesn't do anything stupid.
Yeah. Well, he's white. They won't.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
That's
let's be
true.
honest.
That's true.
And he's a good-looking white guy because all the women love him now. So he is not going to get shot.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. All the women were getting all hot and bothered about him. I was just like, damn, man, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing all
Crazy.
these memes and stuff, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been crazy, but it's once again everybody at some point has been fucked over by the insurance industry or the health insurance industry, and it's I hope this gives them a wake up call. I hope that there are changes that happen with it because they need to be. They
Yeah.
really badly need to be. You know?
Yep. Yep. They do. They absolutely do. Like I said, I used to work for Aetna Insurance, which is one of the big ones. They always called themselves the Cadillac of insurance companies. But yeah, there were many calls I had to transfer over to the manager or supervisor because, we wouldn't cover some kind of like experimental drug or, there were surgeries denied, shit like that.
Yeah, experimental things I understand. I understand that not being covered, like that makes sense. But other things, it just doesn't make sense how some of them aren't covered.
Hmm.
You know, it just makes sense. And one thing that's really strange is like whenever there's like even a whiff of insurance fraud, like the level at which they go to try to find the person that's that's doing the fraud is like insane. They hire like three or four private investigators and they'll have them videotaped for like 6 months and followed and everything. Like it's wild. It's very wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like it was to that extent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're for profit. They're absolutely for profit. They have stockholders, um, or they have stock shareholders. Um, yeah, yeah. Pretty much most everything they'll deny at least once, if it's expensive enough.
Yeah, and that's insane. It's
It's
just
kind of like um, disability, SSI. When my dad had his second leg amputated, he filed for disability and they denied his claim 3 times.
jeez.
You can work. It was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, by that time, he was a double amputee. He'd had a couple strokes. Um, yeah, yeah. But I guess the government expected him to still get out there and work.
Jeez.
But once they hired a lawyer, we finally got it approved. But still, it's like Jesus.
Yeah, that in itself shouldn't have happened. Like it shouldn't have been to that extent where you had to hire the lawyer to like.
No, and he's a veteran. He was a
Oh,
veteran. He was in
jeez.
Vietnam.
Oh,
My,
jeez.
don't you dare pick on my wall. Hate that cat. That's the fucking one that keeps coming in here and pissing on the wall.
Jeez.
Simon, get out of here. You're very naughty. He's the Siamese. He's the beautiful Siamese, but he's very territorial. And because I've been coming into this new office now, he's like trying to christen all the walls,
The Crimson on the walls. Oh my God.
mark his territory.
Jeez.
And you can always tell when a cat raises their tail straight up and starts shaking their bottom. I don't think he got anything out. I think he was just starting. He actually might have crystals in his bladder too. He gets crystals. He has to be on special food. And when they get those crystals, they strain a lot and they will litter box avoid. They will avoid their litter box. So it could be
Uh-huh.
that
That's
too.
weird. Did not know that. Did not know that.
Yeah. 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 I should probably take him to the vet because he gets into the other cat's food a lot. So, but yeah, that's how I yell at my cats like I yell at my kids. But
Oh man.
yeah, I don't think he got any out. So he's probably, I think I scared the shit out of him. He ran off.
Yeah, with that outburst he had, I was like, Jesus, what happened? And then like, oh, it's a cat. God damn. All right.
That's what I live with, man. Mm.
Oh well.
No, it actually has gotten a little better since Xerxes went to live with Conrad. I don't know why they hated him so much. I felt so bad for him. It was like they bullied him. It was terrible. Just terrible.
Well, at
But
least, at least he's somewhere where he's loved
yeah.
now.
Yeah. But he's very, it's like he has PTSD. Like if anybody goes over to Conrad's house, he said he goes and hides under his bed. And then Conrad will have to get him out and like show him around and say, okay, it's just Lillian. But yeah, if it's anybody else, he goes and hides.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so sad. That poor cat. Like he probably thinks it's me coming to bring him back. That's probably the problem.
That might be. That might be. Yeah. He's like, no, I don't want to go back. I'm happy here. It's quiet.
No.
It's quiet here. It's fine.
Yeah, because I try to give Conrad toys, but he won't take fucking toys. I try to give him a cat tree to put together. No, you don't need no cat tree. He lays on the like, here are some toys. I had to take him to the vet the other day, and so Conrad had to work, so I went over to Conrad's and I took a bunch of toys. So when Conrad came home, there was like toys laying in his kitchen and stuff. No, he didn't play with toys. Oh God. Oh shit. Let
Yep.
me see. Anything else? Let me see.
Um, I'm talking to somebody.
What?
Yep.
Okay. So do tell, do tell. You can't just
Um,
leave it at that.
yeah, once again, it was one of those things where I was, feeling lonely, so I went on the South Asian dating app, and one thing I was doing, and I know this is weird, but like I was using technology to my advantage. Um,
Okay.
I have like a paid for ChatGPT account. So what I did is like I set up the prompt for this particular what you can do is with the paid account you can like set up particular pages or projects or like things and it'll like kind of keep in mind what you're doing in that particular thing. So my prompt for this particular section was like, I need help with coming up with like pickup lines for, to send to potential girls I like on like Bumble or whatever. That was the prompt.
Uh-huh.
So what I would do is I would take screenshots of the girl's profile, put the information, into ChatGPT and be like, hey, with this information, give me like 9 questions that I can ask her or like funny things I can say. And so that's what I would do. If there was like, if she had a really funny story or a prompt or whatever, or like, I like this food or whatever, I would copy and paste it and put it through ChatGPT and be like, I need like, 4 or 5 like, good prompts for this. And so I did that. So I did it with this particular girl because she had a good profile and I thought she was kind of funny. Then she messaged me back. Like, okay, that's good. Messaging back and forth, going slow and stuff. And we were talking and kind of similar experiences and like talking about how I grew up and parents, things like that. She's in Florida. And then I was like, hey, how about, and I said, I'm not really a fan of this app. How will we text? And she's like, yeah, that's fine, and I gave my phone number and she gave me hers. And then she just starts texting me. It's like, okay, this is good. I wasn't, too forceful. I just kind of I made a suggestion. I was like, the messaging on the app is not good. Texting is better. So she went for it. It's good. And then I think, what was it? Not yesterday, but the day before we did like a FaceTime call because she wanted to do a FaceTime call.
Nice. Okay.
It went really well. It went very well. We couldn't, like, she was about to sleep, but she didn't want to. She kept wanting to talk to me. And the reason I had to stop is because my phone was dying and my charger was not close enough. But we had a very good conversation. But it's kind of weird texting her because like she'll every now and again do like the good morning text and talk to me a little bit, and then not, and then text me throughout the day and then talk to me a little bit and then not, and it's very, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird.
You just don't know what to think about it yet.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about it yet. Like, we did have a
So,
very good conversation for I think it was like an hour and a half that we were on like
okay, that's good.
the FaceTime thing for.
Nice.
So it was, yeah, it was nice. It was very nice.
Where in Florida is she from?
Um, I'll type it into the chat. I don't want to like say it on here.
Yeah, sure. Is it like a direct flight from Atlanta?
I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Do you see it?
Yeah. It should be. Well, I mean, not like directly into that area, but a close airport.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really wouldn't want to go into like Orlando International. I don't want to do that. That would be hell.
Yeah,
But
because the airport that's where that is, it's a very small airport.
I'll take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, we had a very good conversation. We have similar interests and things like that. We kind of grew up the same, and we have the same views on our parents and things. And I was just, you know, I'm trying not to emotionally invest too much. I'm really trying not to. But she seems very cool, and we had a very good conversation. And she was telling a lot of jokes, and so was I. We were laughing at each other's jokes and things. It was good. It
Good.
felt nice. So I'm trying to be like very cautious and hamper my expectations.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice.
yeah. I mean, I'm going to this weddings, and I literally sent her a picture of me in like half my suit. Like, what tie do you like? That's a picture I sent her. I sent her two of those pictures earlier. She liked me in the suit, just fine. And I was like, oh, I told her I was like, oh, I can't decide. I need your opinion. And she's like, oh, the blue one looks nice. I was like, all right, I'll pack that then. So,
Very
but
cool.
but yeah, it's like I want to keep FaceTiming her, but I don't
That's
want to.
wonderful.
I would like, and then I like it's one of those things where like I want like I want to FaceTime her as much as I can, but like I don't want to be the weird one who's like constantly wanting to talk to her, but I don't know. I'm having flashbacks of the girl I met in Boston, and I'm trying not to put her in that same boat as her. Um, it's I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
I want
Don't
to.
don't put them in the same, and that's hard. I know, especially because of what that other bitch did. But no, this sounds promising. This
Yeah,
really does.
yeah. So yeah, and I'm just trying to trying to take it slow. And like we even joked about going on a date, like when we were texting. I was like, okay. So yeah, um, yeah. It's just a yeah. I'm trying. Once again. I'm trying to be cautious. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
optimistic and hammer my expectations and everything. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to go down to Florida and meet her for sure
Good.
for a weekend
Yeah.
and try to see if how it
Well,
works.
with where you're at, being from Atlanta, you're so close to fucking Florida anyways. There's bound to be direct flights and
Yeah,
um good prices and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna look into it and see what I can find because yeah, once again, like I said, I do not want to fly into Orlando International MCO because it's a nightmare all the
Yeah,
time there.
yeah.
There's always families and kids all the way through that airport. Like it's terrible.
Mm,
So if I can get something smaller and that's somewhat closer, I'll take that.
yeah. Yeah, and also different airlines are going to be different prices
Well,
too,
yeah.
but it shouldn't cost much.
No. I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's just it's very, it's very nerve-wracking because like she's real nice.
Hmm.
She's very
Good,
cool.
good.
She's into a lot of fun stuff that I'm into. And we actually talked about it and I didn't interrogate her about it, but I asked her particular questions about those things and she gave me the right answer. We'll say that.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like, oh man, it's weird, man. It's fucking weird. So I'm trying, yeah, I'm trying to, keep texting her every day, a little bit here and there, not too much, and
Yeah.
keep it going.
Good, 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 good. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't wait to hear more.
yeah. So
Does she have some of the same interests, like movies or?
yes, actually, yeah, because like I told her, it's like, I really like movies. I make them, and it's
Yeah,
one of my passions. She's like, oh yeah, I love this and that, and and I made the joke. It's like, oh, we need to go to some, one screen old theater near you, and go watch an old 80s or 90s movie. She's like, "Oh yeah, there are four near me and there are four near me and they always show like these old 80s and 90s movies." I'm like, I made the joke of like it's a date and she's like, "I can't wait." I'm like, "Okay."
uh, oh,
Okay. All right.
that's okay.
All right.
After Jamaica, after probably Christmas or
Yeah, I
something.
was
Yeah,
I was I was looking at the first weekend in January, but the problem is that like I work that Friday. I have to go to the office that Friday and record podcasts for like 5 hours.
yeah,
And then like going to the airport is going to be because if I go to the airport, it'll be like 5 or 6. So the flight will have to be like 7 or 8. And
yeah,
then it's an hour. It's probably like an hour down there. Hotel, car, driving, that whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So I don't know. I might try to do it that first weekend and just say fuck it.
I don't know.
And
See how it goes.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Cause yeah,
good.
yeah. That's when you told me about your premiere. Then the next weekend, I was just like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about the premiere. I'd rather get you laid. You can always watch the movie once it's on Tubi.
Yeah, but premieres are awesome though. Premieres are so
They
much
are.
fun.
They really
They
are.
are so much fun. That's why, like, they're so much fun, especially for indie horror movies. God, it gets wild
Yeah.
sometimes. I fucking love it. Um, yeah.
Well,
So
that one for New Year's Eve was the only one I'd ever gone to.
I've
So,
gone, I've gone to a couple. I've gone to a couple, and it's
yeah.
always a fun. Well, like the ones I've done were like the other ones I've done were. Well, I did one for mine, Strip Club Massacre, which is still on Tubi, and you should watch it. I need your opinion on Strip Club Massacre on Tubi and how bad it is. Um. I did one for that. That one was a shit show. That was an entire shit show.
Speaking of, because you mentioned premieres, which made me think when you went and watched Quasi, and last night was when that one comedian was at
Oh
Summer
yeah,
City Comedy Club.
Jay Chandrasekhar. Did you go see him?
Yeah, yeah, Kathy and I did. Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. Um, God, I was trying to think of one of the jokes that he was saying because he was like a storyteller, joke teller. Like
Yeah.
he would set it all up. And he played on Indian a lot, different things. Like he talked about being at a party when he was younger and doing heroin, like it was a whole thing, but doing heroin because his buddy snorted a line of heroin. He's like, can't let my buddy do it on his own. He was so fucking high and he went to the bathroom. And then when he came out, like there were cops there getting ready to arrest everybody. And he goes, I pulled the Indian card. I'm just here delivering the pizza.
Oh my God. No,
And
yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's good.
awesome. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah, and then like one of the funniest, it was so funny. He was saying that he was in Boston and he was getting ready to go to something and he was dressed in a tuxedo and that. And he was in this downtown area and he was saying there was some skinheads that started harassing him. And, they were like getting all aggressive and stuff. And then the one guy was like, "Hey, I know who you are." Yeah, because I think they called him, he was talking about times he was called the N-word. Um,
Yeah.
oh, and then one I was going to relate to you real well, because it was kind of similar. He said, um, after 9/11, Indian Indian men couldn't grow beards anymore.
Yeah, that was actually, well, yeah, actually I remember my mom making that like a very, it was a concern for me that she's like, yeah, don't grow it anymore, don't have it. And
Yeah,
I think for a year I just kept shaving my face every like 5 days or something, just not to
yeah,
have a beard.
yep.
Um, but no, it's funny because I have his actual book in my collection that he signed.
Oh,
Like it's
nice.
in my collection because like he does a thing like every Christmas. He's like, hey, for $5 extra if you buy my book, I'll sign your name or whatever you want in it, for an extra $5. And like he does it every Black Friday or around at Christmas every time. So I got
Yeah,
one
yeah,
last
yeah.
year. I even got the audiobook. I listened to it twice. It's fucking like, when in the audiobook, whenever he talks about his dad, he does the Indian voice for his dad or his mom. It is fucking hilarious. Like it's just like it's one of those things that you wouldn't get in the actual reading the book, but in the audiobook you get. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's wonderful. But yeah, no, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah, he was funny.
I'm glad you went to go. I'm glad you guys went to go see him and watch him. That's awesome.
Yeah, my friend Anson, I guess he went to a later show. He actually got a picture with him and talked to him for a few minutes. I'm like, God damn it. We went to an early show because Kathy and I are old. We're like home and in bed by 10. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. But at least you guys got to see him. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. That's all I got.
All right, very good. We didn't do our cards, but that's
Oh
okay.
damn, we didn't do our cards. Shit.
I even pulled them out too.
Oh my God, I love the cards. I really do love the cards. They're great. Well, do them all now. Do them all now.
Do them all now. All right. I thought about it because I pulled them out and I set them off to the side here and kind of forgot about it because we haven't talked in so long. Yeah, because it's been like a month since we put a podcast out. And before that, it was several weeks, almost a month. But here's the thing, the podcast isn't getting shared. Nobody writes us. I know we have a few consistent listeners that are friends of mine. And my younger son's friends listen to the podcast. I told them, I said, my podcasts are not for children. They're like, I'm 21. It's like, no, don't listen to it. Oh, which friend is most likely to enjoy a bondage session? Who likes
Uh,
to get tied up?
let's see. I'm gonna say my buddy John Devlin. He does. I'll name names today. It's fine. It's getting towards the end of the year. We can do this. Yeah, John Devlin, that guy. I fucking love him. He's a good dude. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things like if you only see what he does on screen, you think he's like a fucking psycho and a mean asshole. But no, he's a good dude.
That
Um,
likes to be tied up.
he likes to be tied up. I'm pretty sure of it. Like if he was like shoved into a BDSM room or whatever, like he wouldn't be mad about it.
Oh God. I uh I would have to say the one that I've talked about in Fort Wayne. She would probably do it because she's so like she seems like she'd be so straight-laced, but she seems nuts. Like who
Yeah.
stands naked in their window and wonders why their neighbor wants to come over? I don't know.
Um, yeah, that's no, that's true. That's true. Um, But no, there's a like I remember filming a movie with John of like I think it was 2019 before the pandemic. And there was this scene where he's in this hotel sleazy hotel room with a girl and he plays a cop and she's the hooker or whatever. And there's dildos and like anal plugs and whatever on the table as props. He grabs the this fucking clear pink dildo and shoves it in his mouth and goes, "Oh." Just like that, just like nothing happened. And then
Oh
he
my
gets the
God.
and then he talks to the actress and she's cool because she's worked with us before. And she's like, "Hey, can I shove it in your mouth like when I'm attacking you?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead. Just go as hard as you want." I'm just like, "Fucking hell." And
Oh
she's
my
and
God.
in the scene she's doing that and she's also like stabbing him in the taint with like a fucking like retractable like, knife. But she's not like she's doing it with like quite a bit of force and it's not,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a sensitive area regardless. So,
It's
like he told us afterward. He's like, "Yeah, my fucking taint is sore from her like shoving that knife up my ass." So no, fucking love that dude. Like he's done wild shit for us. He's always taking hits and everything for us. Fucking love him.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. My tainted sore.
Like it was in the
Oh
group
God.
chat the next day. I was just like, "Fucking hell, man, come on."
I have trouble wiping. Okay.
It was, yeah, it was just the weirdest thing. But I was like, "Whatever, man. You said she could do it. I'm glad she didn't actually stab you, and there's no like permanent injuries. That's fine. Like, that's fine."
Oh God. Oh, that's funny. Which friend would refuse to play truth or dare for fear of revealing too much about themselves? I have one friend that I went to high school with. Um, yeah, there's no way. No way. No way. No way. Because yeah, I don't know that she would be all that honest either.
I mean, I don't like playing those games. I don't like being truthful about questions and things. I
I don't
I
like being truthful.
well, I mean, like in like a group setting like that, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
And people I don't probably wouldn't know or don't. I wouldn't know everybody.
yeah.
I wouldn't do that. And plus, like, I think I'm too old for that game.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, nobody's depending on what it is, you could still be lying.
Yeah, yeah, that's also true. So it's yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird about that game because the dare is gonna be weird, or the truth, or the
Yeah.
question for the truth is gonna be weird.
I'm trying to think if I ever played Truth or Dare. Like, I don't think we ever really played. I mean, we played like strip poker and shit like that, but I don't think we played Truth or Dare.
Yes.
Hmm. All right. Have you ever had sex while watching a triple X movie?
I have not.
So I have, and unfortunately, what he was watching was granny porn.
Oh, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. I came in and he was like all horny. And yeah, it was like old ladies fucking, I don't know, pool
That
boy or
is
somebody.
that is fucking terrible.
Yeah. It was not a turn on at all. Yeah. All right. Oh, that kitten's asleep. He's so precious. I don't want to name him because then I'll really keep him.
Yep.
Oh, that's it. That's perverted. Have you ever climbed under the bleachers to look up a girl's skirt?
No, I never. Well,
Mm,
and even in the bleachers, okay, the bleachers we had in school, either they were the concrete ones for the football field, or they were the wood ones in the gym. And the wood ones like had like paneling all around them, and you could never like get under them to look up anybody's anything. So it
mm.
was not a possibility.
And you know this because you tried?
L listen. I was a horny teenage kid. I don't know what you want from me. Okay. I tried engineering the dynamics, and like the trajectory didn't go through. Okay. That's all I know.
Oh, God. All right. We'll do our affirmations. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Okay. And oh, maybe one more. These are almost gone. That makes me sad. Have to buy some more.
Well, I gave you the box, the other ones.
You did, yeah. I'll pull those out for next time. Yes, yes, yes. I can totally fucking do this. So have you ever heard of a website called Whatnot?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's like an auction site.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Kathy introduced me to it. I have been buying shit nonstop from there. Like so much where my credit card company contacted me twice in one day to make sure it was me.
Jeez. There's one that I know that like Hollywood companies will dump their stuff on. It's called RL Spear Company Incorporated. It's like Spear auctioning. They auction off like movie furniture and clothes and shit.
Mm.
Um yeah, it's spear.prog. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, whatever it is. But they will auction off like props and things from movies. They have like posters that are still in frames. And the auctions are like some of the stuff for the memorabilia is like really fucking small. I'm sure it'll go up as like as like you get closer to the date, but like all the really nice stuff is like but below $50. Like I'm
Who
looking at
owns it?
I don't know, probably some Hollywood company, but I'm looking at like what looks to be a lot of I don't know 20 vintage lighters, and they want $40 for it. It's not
Mm.
bad. Like that's not, and there's something that looks like the Dick Tracy phone, and they want like 16 or $17 for it. It looks exactly like the Dick Tracy phone or Dick Tracy watch. Captain America comic book framed. I don't know if it's the real one or not, but it's like $8. Prop knives. They have fake Rolexes on here too. Like
Oh shit.
$10. Yeah. I mean, they say on the listing fake Rolex. It's not like they're trying to trick you or anything. But I'm sure they're proper Rolexes for movies and stuff that were made. So
Well, I have just registered for their website. Oh,
yeah,
God.
now you'll get emails about like, oh, we have new auctions going on like all the time. Like yeah, so
Yep.
you'll see, and like they have like vintage furniture. They have like coffee machines. They have one like giant coffee, I don't know, tank. They have it like
Mm.
so they'll have like for like for these waiting rooms and stuff where they have like little cups of coffee and stuff you just you get coffee out of. So they have those. Um have a bunch of appliances and stuff, but I'm looking at like fake knives that have like the blood pack thing in them. I'm looking
Yeah.
at those things for props. They're like $5 for like a 4 or 5 of them. It's like I could make a lot of use out of that. So yeah, the props I have are really cheap, and if they can be used, like I will gladly use them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
this
like
auction have
yeah,
no bids? Oh.
yeah, like this one, lot prop knife, metal blood knife with pump, and yeah, it's like $1.10 with service charge or whatever. It'll end in like 4 days.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm sure once it gets to the end of this these auctions, like the price goes up really quickly. So
Oh, I'm sure. That's yeah, what I've learned on Whatnot, um, when to actually put your bid in. So
yeah, no, I do that on eBay as well too. If something goes up like throughout the day,
yeah.
I'll snipe the bid, which is a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, I do
Yep,
it all the time.
that's a shitty thing to do. So what I'll do sometimes is like I'll figure out my maximum, like if the max I'm willing to pay for the thing, and I'll put and you can do it with eBay, and I'll do it like 90 seconds before like it ends,
Mm-hmm.
or 30 seconds before it ends, and I'll put my my high bid in, and it'll say like 20 bids went through. And then sometimes I'll win, sometimes I'll lose. And I'm just like, and like it's funny because when I
Okay.
lose, it's always like the price has gone up like a lot,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the person has to pay a fuck ton for it. And then even then I win because they had to pay more for it. It's fine. So it's okay. But I remember the one thing I won was it was a copy of the CD soundtrack for a movie called Once Bitten. It's the comedy vampire movie with Jim
Yeah.
Carrey in it. You
Yeah.
know.
You wore the outfit last year.
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
for the vampire ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I found that in Germany. Almost lost the bid for to some guy from like Australia. But luckily like I got it. So it's in my collection somewhere. I didn't realize there were only 1,000 of them ever made.
Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah, like on the back it says one of 1,000. I'm like that's crazy. But yeah,
Damn.
no. So don't empty your bank account getting auctions.
I know. Now I'm all into Kathy and I talking about we should get a pallet of like clothes and try to sell on whatnot.
You
I'm
could.
just like, I know. I'm like, I mean, I got a pallet of cat stuff. It's not like I can't get a cat pallet of clothes.
Yeah, I mean even if you sell them for, 5, 10 bucks a piece, charge shipping or whatever, that's it.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Some of the pallet auctions I found, because I was showing her, I said, this is why a lot of those auctions start at like $1. You could buy some of these, you could buy a pallet. It might have, you know, 500 items in there. But anyways, you're paying like 23 cents an item.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's like, well, fuck, that's why they're doing it. Because even if they sell it at $1, they're still making money.
hmm
Like, I don't know. We should
Well,
think
that's
about it.
that's something that Gary Vee always said, kids should do. It's like, find something you want to sell on eBay and go to like used bookstore. Like one thing he said is books, like go to used bookstores, go to where they're having book sales, go to small mom and pop shops
Hmm.
or like something that there's in Tennessee, there's something called McKay's where it's just like they have books that are like, real cheap, they're cheap. And if you can go there and find a few, and if you see that they're selling pretty well and you're getting like double the price that it's marked at this place for, then start doing that. Get a couple of copies of them, get as what you can of like cookbooks or other books that are pretty high in demand. And then, start making some money. Start turning things over,
Yeah.
So there's always that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
hmm
We will see. But on that note, please, for the love of God, is there anybody who is going to send us an email to ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com?